Hi, this is Matt with the Intergalactic Herald. Welcome to my Star Atlas Week in Review podcast. This is podcast number 179. Any articles or videos that I mentioned can be found on my website at intergalacticherald.com. Just look for Weekly Recap Newsletter 227. So just a quick summary of things that happened this past week in Star Atlas. Most information was from the Atlas Brew, so I'll be going over that. But did want to call out that AFIA had a few updates on them. You can find those links on my newsletter. I guess they celebrated their 5th anniversary as a guild, so that was a great, interesting read. And they published a kind of preview of the C4 map. So those two articles are in the newsletter. I haven't read the map guide yet, so I can't really talk on it, but those links are there. But before I get into the content of the Atlas Brew, you can check out my website, intergalacticherald.com. Again, it's a great Star Atlas resource website for guides, directories, recaps of the team things. If you're on this podcast, you already have gotten those. And I also do have a Discord announcement news letter you can sign up for, so you don't have to check the Star Atlas Discord all the time for announcements. Also, do have a Star Atlas merch store. You can check that out at intergalacticgear.com. And if you're interested in joining other Star Atlas gamers, but you're not interested in joining a guild, you can check out Intergalactic Coalition. Would like to set up a Star Atlas community for non-guild members. So anyways, as I mentioned, the big content from this past week was the Star Atlas team's Atlas Brew. Again, their weekly chat with the community. I think the recording might have started a little late, so didn't get the normal kind of intro. But again, I really appreciated that a community member, I believe Earther, is recording those because I need to listen, not live. So anyways, so it took a little while to kind of get into the rhythm of it, but they were talking about many different things. Some of the things that were highlights to me, again, if you want to check out the whole video, I'm going to have to start putting that link somewhere. Oh, actually, just look at the newsletter, the YouTube links there. I'm trying to remember. I think he's the Calico Institute is his name of his YouTube channel. So they were started talking about some of the XP that can be earned in the Sage C4, the public release. Again, unfortunately, I'm not playing right now, so that wasn't as interesting. But then they kind of mentioned a few things and then ended the brew up talking about some of the potential launch dates. So there's talk about maybe adding a global chat. They said this would be kind of taking what was done in Holosim, which was, I guess, faction chat, and moving it forward. So that was kind of interesting. I guess it would be actually using the Zinc network to store the messages. So that was very intriguing. And it would actually use your wallet address, so you don't have to give out your email or anything like that. They also mentioned the possibility this chat could be expanded to be basically guild chat, where it's encrypted and the guild could be responsible for who has access to it or not. So yeah, actually that's all kind of really interesting if you think about it. We're so used to either exchanging emails or social media, but again, those all kind of take some sort of sharing, but everybody by default shares their public wallet address. So yeah, that is kind of cool. So anyways, that was about the only feature thing. And then they did mention kind of on the timeline that they are prioritizing bug fixing right now, and a little more openness, or maybe more that they can predict these things better now with sort of their AI development. They said that they want to spend about a month doing bug fixes, and then that would kind of wrap up phase 2. They did talk a little bit about the requirements for phase 3, which is the single player campaign. So it sounds like that is a given that they won't launch without that. And again, it makes perfect sense for getting people engaged and things like that. They did say if things go well, they might be able to put the crew system in, but that was nice to have, not a requirement like the single player campaign. And then as they were wrapping up the brew, they did talk about a little bit how they're going to launch this. And I guess this is kind of different than in the past, but they definitely want to have it where the client is ready to go, so they're not putting a date and then rushing to the last minute. But they did mention that this would allow them to do basically a marketing campaign of 30 to 45 days to kind of get in preparation for that date. So again, all sounds really good. Somebody did ask, so what's it going to be called? And it's just going to be called Sage. It's Star Atlas Golden Era. So yeah, they're just dropping all the labs and stuff, and it's just Sage. So again, just feels anticlimactic, but why not? And again, I guess that name has been existing in the Star Atlas metaverse for quite a while. And then at the end, they actually showed a single player trailer video. And again, apparently it was all AI built, because they were joking, though I think with sheds of truth, that could have been $1 million video produced 3 or 4 years ago, and now AI can do it. But again, it was very, it looked good. So anyways, and that was pretty much what stood out to me in the Atlas Brew. And again, if you want to listen to the whole thing, check out my newsletter. You can find the link to Earther's Calico Institute, where that's being hosted on YouTube. So moving into kind of my thoughts on the state of Star Atlas this past week. Yeah, progress feels good. I mean, the Atlas Brew was probably a little unstructured in the sharing, but that's fine. I mean, the fact you just get on and chat for an hour, that's a great community thing that the team does. So, but again, it sounds like things are moving, and they said bug fixes are getting knocked off on a fairly good clip, so all that was good. Again, great openness from the team on what they're working on, how the progress is going. Again, this is different than it is in the past, has been in the past, but I don't know, it feels like this is, again, one of the benefits, but unfortunate benefits of the smaller team. There's just less people involved, and so there's more kind of, hands-on. You know exactly what's going when they have their all hands meeting, because there's less people. So that's good. The launch strategy, sounds like obvious that's how we would do it. Get something pretty well working, and then market around that opening to a date where you can hit it. So, and the product's done. So, and then, like I said, that single player trailer looked really good. So, kind of, again, goes back to some of the earlier initial Star Atlas trailers, and again, not technology, but AI has made some of these, just amazing. So, I'm sure they didn't release that because, again, that's part of the game. So, anyways, so things seem to be going well for another week. So, as far as my journey playing Star Atlas, again, I'm still playing the Starbase Sage. Just still mining, slow but sure. Again, earning XP points in Zinc, so all feels good. I think I need to put a little more Solana in there, but I'll remember to do that maybe tomorrow. So anyway, that's the week in Star Atlas. So thanks for listening. Again, check out my website, intergalacticherald.com, for any resources. I will admit everything's kind of getting outdated just because that's where Star Atlas is at the moment. But again, I hope to start adding new content once Sage, I guess we'll just call it Sage, is released to the public. And also check out my Star Atlas merch store, intergalacticgear.com. And then community site. If you're interested in joining a community of Star Atlas gamers, not necessarily joining guilds, please check out Intergalactic Coalition. Other than that was the week in Star Atlas. I'm Matt with the Intergalactic Herald. Have a great week ahead.